All right, aloha. Let's connect to our breath. I hope y'all can hear me well. I know these past readings was a little quiet, and like I've been saying, I feel like maybe someone was around someone and they weren't supposed to be hearing it. They weren't supposed to be listening in. Let's connect to our breath though, please. Picturing a light going down our spine, feeling our core, letting our cores rise, not our chest. No release today. We're gonna release with the hiss of the snake. I'm still feeling that energy of a sneaky snake around, and I guess they're trying to steal something. They're trying to restrict you. They're trying to restrict you from speaking on something, and they feel like it's restricting them for some reason. Why would you speaking your truth restrict someone? How do they feel so I don't know. What is it about these people? You know? Why are they so offended by your truth rather than just living theirs, huh? This is not a one-size-fits-all life, people, okay? Okay. Kane, we finally have Kane. We had Lono coming up a lot, if I'm not mistaken it was, and it was saying that Kane is just around the corner, and here he is. Let's read this since we barely get it. Kane is believed to have come through the gateway of the rising sun. Ha'e ha'e. Ha'e ha'e. Ha'e ha'e. The eastern point in the Hawaiian island. It is in honor of Kane that the front doors of many Hawaiian homes faced east. He is the most revered of the four major gods, Kane, Ku, Kanaloa, and Lono. Unlike the others, Kane is not represented by a carved image, but symbolized by an upright stone as the god of protection. One of Hawaiian's creation stories say that Kane created man out of white clay, red earth, and saliva. The word Kane means man. Wahine means woman. In ancient Hawaiian cosmology, Hawaiian cosmology, every male has a female counterpart. Stories say that the first man and woman lived in a beautiful lush garden in the land of Kahiki Honu Akele, the land that moved off. Some of these stories say that woman was created from Kane's side, others say from his shadow. All Kane's stories described his waters as the source of creation and renewal. Tales are told of Kane traveling through the islands, often accompanied by Kanaloa, god of the ocean, thrusting his digging stick into rocks, releasing gushes of fresh water wherever he goes. The thruster force represents the male. The spring represents the generative force of ejaculation. The Hawaiian creation chant Kumulipo says, O Kane iawai ololi, o kawahine iawai olola. Man for the narrow stream, woman for the broad stream. The Maori of New Zealand have a story that says when the moon dies, she goes to the living water of Tane, to the water which can restore all life, even the moon, to the path of the sky. As represented by this card, Kane's regenerative waters have the power to create and renew. Uakapu ke ola na Kane means life is sacred to Kane. The water of Kane's digging stick brings refreshment, rejuvenation. Kane brings life. Kane brings to our lives the dawn of a new day, the light of understanding and the ability to begin again. When Kane appears, it may be that you are being offered the opportunity to begin again or start something over. Dig under the surface to discover the source of what you're about to begin, for Kane is the inner source that guides us to the well springs within our own psyches. When deciding if, what, or how to begin afresh, it is important to discover how the new situation, activity, or relationship taps into the nourishing springs of your soul. Kane's digging stick releases waters which flow without force. Kane's waters restore energy and harmony. When you are about to begin something new, ask yourself the following questions. Does what you are about to begin lead you to be refreshed and rejuvenated? Will it enable you to experience a renewed sense of well-being? As all aspects of life are sacred to Kane, whatever you begin should allow you to float effortlessly with the flow of Kane's creation. That was beautiful. So, where are you headed, and who is heading there with you? Is the people around you, is the places that you're at allowing you to feel renewed? And this is, we're finally in Mercury retrograde, and it's a beautiful time. It's nothing to fear, especially because it's in Libra season, and it's full of loving energy. And it's full of revisiting and renewing things, rediscovering parts of you, rediscovering where you're going and who's coming with you. So, are you starting anew? Or are you starting something over? Are you fully releasing someone or something from your life? Poliahu at the bottom of the deck. I feel wherever you go, you're going to be in your place of power. Po, the darkness. Let's see what Po has to say, and then we'll get into the tarot. Number 2. Let's just read the whole thing. Well, the whole interpretation. Po is the place of infinite dark formlessness, the source of existence. Messages from Po may be appearing in dreams or nightmares. Sometimes messages from Po manifest in reoccurring thoughts or memories, pleasant or unpleasant. At other times, they may show up in ways that you express yourself. Have you been saying things you did not think you meant to say? Have you been accident prone recently? Have you been down lately? Are you drained of energy? These may be signs that, like the inverted card, they tell you to pay attention to the wisdom that emerges from the darkness of Po. You cannot ignore the messages from Po. They have ways of springing up, whether you want to acknowledge them or not. Nana ike kumu, look to the source. The source is Po. Return to the source by exploring the deep darkness of the unconscious. Begin your journey through the realm of Po by observing your thoughts, dreams, by asking yourself difficult questions, and by digging beyond any superficial answers or explanations you may be tempted to provide. What do you really want? Is there anything that you have been denying yourself of? How do you really feel about a specific person or activity? If you cannot answer these questions, it may be useful to start writing down your dreams, thoughts, and fantasies. Try keeping a notebook next to your bed. Before you sleep at night, give thanks to your higher self for helping you to remember your dreams. In this way, you may better understand the source of your feelings about someone or something. By exploring the darkness of Po, you may get in touch with the source. of your problems as well as with their solutions. I've been saying might a lot rather than may. So I feel like somebody's trying with all their might to do something, trying with all their might to make sense of things. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Did we connect to our breath? I feel like I started saying we were, and I don't think we did. And if we did, we're doing it again. Let's tap in. Picturing a light going down our spine, filling our cores, letting our cores rise, not our chest. Tapping into the internal medicine, letting the blood flow into spaces that they've never been before, awakening the dormant spaces within the mind. One more time, because I said we were going to exhale with the hiss of the snake, because there's this snake energy around, yeah? So this snake energy that's around you, they're really going through it. I feel like they're going through it because they were trying with all their might to break you down. I felt like they were trying to make you cause rock bottom, or they felt that you were causing some sort of rock bottom for them. But you weren't. You're stable. You're in balance. You're enjoying life with your masculine. And if you don't have a partner, this is you enjoying shit. Being in balance with your energies. And what does that bring in? A masculine that's in balance with their energy. There's the mo'o with the confirmation. A man who is in touch with their emotions. Someone who is in control of their power. The Fool. So somebody's walking away from the snake energy. Someone who's always broken down and hitting rock bottom. She's choosing a new path because she knows that if she was to stay there, that would be her. This feminine and masculine's foundation is stable. Look, we have God of Cups and then Son of Cups appears. He's coming in to offer something. And this is a man who is willing to offer not just material things, offer his time, offer a good conversation. That went on the Fool card. So the feminine could be going off on this new path, on this spiritual quest of illumination, illuminating everything in her way. And I'm seeing that they're both in white, and he actually has this white peacock. Wow. A lot of purity. This partnership has a lot of innocence in it. Innocence. And she's going on the pole card, so it's like she went through the darkness already and she was able to come out. And she lit the way. Yes. Happy family. A loving, content relationship that's going on the rock bottom shit. And this couple is blocking that off. Oh gosh. Here we go. Look at that. Lovers, a lot of lovers energy. They're blocking it out because they're both in control of their masculine and feminine energies. The partnership of two, when they came together, it made both of them stronger. Yes, the feminine. The feminine shifted everything, that's why. She said, I didn't like what was written in those other books, so I'm gonna write a new one. This is a fresh, clean slate, yeah, the Fool. Everything starting anew, that's the foundation. Balance with the emotions. Yeah, anybody, it's easy to be, and for some, I don't know, but it's easy to be stable externally, yeah? Like, I feel so much people are so quick to find that external stability, to hide, to cover up that lack they feel within, to cover up how they don't feel stable internally. But this feminine is, because she knows that she's a master manifester. And these women around her know it too, and that's why they're offering her their time and their energy. They want to hear what she has to say. They're in the honeycomb. They know that her energy doesn't expire. It doesn't run out. And it's preserved. She was preserving it, but now she's letting people into her space, into her sacred space. Restricted. So one of these feminines who's offering something is doing so because she feels restricted, is doing so because she's experiencing a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety. And she's thinking that this feminine in power can break her out of that. And the feminine and the masculine are just trying to really find stability and move away from all of that and not save people anymore, you know, in that type of way, not overextend. So this is going right here on, this is a divine partnership, remembering, awakening. But I feel it's also the feminine sitting in her power with her masculine, remembering all the bad shit that someone was trying to put into her book. Remembering the heartbreak that someone around her caused. And look at that snake energy. There's a snake. Remembering all the time somebody tried to keep her blindfolded and at a crossroads when speaking her truth. Because that's what it is. The Ace of Swords. I'm seeing the Ace of Swords with the snake on it. Speaking your truth. They were trying to restrict you from doing that. They didn't like it. Why not? Because they knew that you're remembering. And they knew that you are loving yourself and taming that side of you, taming that side of the masculine. Self-love. So that's what the snake energy didn't like. They didn't like that the feminine went into the darkness and didn't come out dark. She came out even better. She came out loving herself unconditionally. Loving the darkness. She fell in love with the darkness within herself. And when you did that, it made somebody around you really fucking jealous. Really jealous. And they felt that they were in their power. And they were juggling you, you know, coming in your life, dipping in, dipping out. But this is them trying to decide. Trying to decide what? Whether they want to offer something again. Do I want to... But I'm feeling like with this revisiting energy of Mercury, a lot of people are going to revisit situations only to realize that they made the right choice with letting these people go because it was hindering the growth. And you're going to be able to see how much things are growing around you now. And there's that black cat, the energy of the spirit guides. And it's like now that she traveled through the darkness and lit her fucking self up and loved it unconditionally, every single side of her, you know, she got powers from the light and the dark now. Because we can't just have, we really can't have just all that light, yeah. Like, we need darkness too. But it has to be in balance. I ain't talking about motherfucking evil, okay? Let's talk about this for a second so people can get it straight. Because if anybody don't know, or if anybody forgot, yes, I did publicly rebuke Jesus. And it was not saying that I rebuke light, I rebuke love. It was to bring balance. It was to restore balance. Because for so long, people were rebuking Satan, not knowing what the fuck they're talking about. You know, just following some book that somebody else wrote. But if you look into it, yeah, and you open your heart and you open your ears and you look at the teachings, you'll see. You'll see that you need both. Because if you're all light, then you get fucked over. And if you're all dark, then you're doing some evil ass sneaky shit. And I had a lot of people fucking hate me for the things I was saying. And these are followers of Jesus. These are people that kill, lie, steal, cheat, drink their pain away, gossip. They don't even stick to their own motherfucking code. Why? Because they're worried about what other people's codes are. Stick to your own code. If you believe in that shit, stick to the motherfucking oath. Meanwhile, people ain't even believing in that shit and they're valuing themselves and sticking to their fucking code. That's what brings in the abundance. Look, it's even a masculine who's tapped in. That's all the motherfucking gold that we're getting back too. Oh gosh. Here we go. Expansion. Moving on. Moving away. Here we go.